providing her an audience, and we also want to have a little discussion afterwards, and it's always super helpful if you notice along the way a moment where you're confused or you kind of drift off, or somebody does something and you never really understand why they did that. Or that there's something that really kind of bugs you in a way that takes you out of the story. It's really helpful if you can make a note of those spots, because there's something we can do about all those things. It's about 90 minutes long. She's going to do it without an intermission, and then afterwards, we'll have a little discussion and hear what you saw. Yeah. Oh, let's turn off cell phones.
But laptops are allowed for taking notes?
Sure, yeah. As long as it's not going to make noises. So, all right. So everybody welcome Lisa Rothman.
Some couples get a dog to see if they're ready for kids. Not Kevin and me. Kevin had overcome his abusive childhood. I had overcome my mother's death from cancer. We are ready for anything. And we are going to do things so differently than our parents did. Kevin would never hit anybody, and I'm not going to be checked out like my mom was. I won't need to be, because if I knew that cancer was spreading through my body, I wouldn't keep it a secret for 11 years and then spring it on my teenager 3 months before I died. I'm not going to work 4 days a week. Spend Thursdays in the city having my hair done by Pierre and go to the theater on weekends. I am going to work part-time so I can take my child to mother-infant yoga. I don't know how many kids I'm going to have, but if it's just one, my child will have a loyal companion, a dog. My child will never be alone in her room sobbing because somebody who she thought was her friend who she met at summer camp said that she was better in small doses. Dogs, kids, bring them on. The more love, the better. But first, Kevin and I need to get a dog. We discover that adopting a dog combines the worst aspects of internet dating and buying a home. We start out at the animal shelter. And at this point, I would actually love it if we could move this front row and have you two move back so that I could actually have some space in the, so I'm just going to hit pause for a staging. So otherwise, there's this moment where I'm actually going to fall off the stage, and I don't want to do that. So thank you. Here. Yeah, that's great. Good, so we're adjusting. It's all part of the process. It's too empty. Perfect. Oh, thank you so much. Great. All right, so picking it back up. So where we were in the action. We discovered that adopting a dog combines the worst aspects of internet dating and buying a home. We start out at the animal shelter. Pitbull. Pitbull. Kevin, get over here. Hey. Who's this? She's beautiful. This is Tiffany. She is one of our favorites. She's deaf, but obeys hand signals. Watch this, you two. Good job, Tiffany. This is her vibrating collar. Why don't you two take her for a walk? Okay. Kevin, she seems really sweet. I hate her name. We could change it, Lisa. She'll never know. Thank you. Tiffany is like an adorable bungalow in a neighborhood I'm just not sure I want to live in. While we're mulling her over, somebody else snatches her up, like the person who offers the seller cash while everybody else is studying the disclosures. I'm relieved. I didn't know if I could handle her special needs, and I'm pregnant! For 6 weeks. Then I have a miscarriage. When I see the first drops of blood in the toilet, I cannot believe that I'm not going to get something that I want so badly. Kevin brings a candle into the bathroom, rubs my back, cries with me. We spend the rest of the day at home on petfinder.com. At least there's something I have some control over that's going to make our family bigger. Kevin? Hi, come on in. Don't be shy. Hey, welcome, Christian. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. It's great. You did my trailer. This is great. Good stuff. All right. Is there something I have some control over that'll make our family bigger? Kevin, Portuguese water dogs are adorable! They are, Lisa, but please listen to me. There are only 16 available in the United States. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Kevin, you give up too easily. Maybe one of these Portuguese water dogs is destined for us. A karmic rebate from the universe because of the miscarriage. Who have we here? My name is Albert. Can you show me what unconditional love is? Of course we can, Albert! We're all about unconditional love in this family. My previous owner couldn't handle my special needs. Well then, why did your previous owner adopt you? How irresponsible. I can be a fear fighter. No men and no children. Why didn't you say that in the first place, Albert? And you live in Kentucky! Lisa, this is what I was afraid of. What about Labrador retrievers? There are 24,000 of them. Kevin, Labrador retrievers don't have thick fur. I want thick fur. Lisa, if you want thick fur, I want you to have thick fur. Cocker spaniels. We used to raise them on the farm. We have this picture of Kevin with his older siblings, and Cocker Spaniel puppies are climbing all over them. Kevin's about 3. It's right before his sister Lori was born, with a damaged heart and lungs that kept her sick her entire life and killed her when she was 8. All of the Cocker Spaniels in the East Bay have the same contact information. A rescue group called PAWS, run by a woman named Chris. She sends us an application to fill out. 10 pages. Why do you want a dog? Will you walk your dog twice a day? Do you promise to take care of your dog for the rest of its natural life? Personal references, work references, annual income. Please attach a copy of your tax return. Thank you! If the women who ran these rescue groups had been loan officers, we would not have had the Kevin, we're never going to qualify for a Cocker Spaniel. Our credit score's not high enough. Lisa, it is going to work out. I promise. I'll take care of everything. I know how sad you've been. Kevin's an accountant. He's really good at this sort of thing. He gathers up all the paperwork and sends it in. I can really depend on him for these sorts of things. Lisa, we are going to meet some Cocker Spaniels. We are? Yep. I spoke with Chris, arranged it all. We're gonna meet 2. One's named Frisbee, sounds great. No health problems. I said we were interested in her. Well, what about the other one? Percy, no thanks. He was found abandoned in a field, blind from cataracts. The rescue group paid for his surgery. $3,000, if you can believe that. And now we can see, but imagine how screwed up he must be. Kevin, I don't know about that. I mean, you had a rough start. Look how great you turned out. We go to Chris's house. She is wearing a sweater with a Cocker Spaniel on it. Come along, you dogs, you sweet, sweet dogs. It's time to meet the people. Here's Frisbee, the dog you are interested in. Percy's over there. How could somebody abandon him in a field? My dad used to throw the runts of the litter against the barn. I bet you didn't put that on the application. I thought you 2 were interested in Frisbee. We changed our minds. I get pregnant again. No miscarriage this time. Kevin and I go away for the weekend and we have Percy stay with Chris. When we go to pick Percy up, this other Cocker Spaniel comes bounding out of the house in front of him. She's black with a tan starburst around her butt. 2 Cocker Spaniels. This is Sophie, Percy's new friend. Sophie's owner was found stabbed to death in front of her. By the woman's own son. That's horrible. I guess she's not much of a guard dog. Do you want her or not? I want her. Lisa, we've got to talk about this. Kevin, with a new baby coming, it would be great if Percy had a friend. Lisa, please listen to me. She's another expense. I'm sure someone else would be happy to take her. At least let me run the numbers. Kevin, I know what I'm doing. The more love, the better. Thank you. You can pet them. They're friendly. I am nurturing life within and without. Our son will have 2 Cocker Spaniels to play with. Drop it. Will I ever love him as much as I love our dogs? I give birth to Ezra. Every morning, we go to Point Isabel, an off-leash dog park on San Francisco Bay. There's this loop that surrounds a field of wild grass, and there's a cafe that serves dog ice cream. We are out here all morning, in the breeze, listening to the waves, Percy and Sophie trotting along beside the stroller. I am the opposite of how my mother was with me. I'm checked in. Friendly dogs come up, lick Ezra's feet. Ezra gets bigger. And bigger. and bigger. Honey, don't run too fast. Oh, sweetie. Oh, sweetie. You are covered in dog poop. I get him cleaned off, but our routine needs to change. Because of the dog poop and because, did you notice? Ezra's not talking. He's almost 2. Now we spend our mornings seeing specialists trying to figure out why. It's not his hearing. We had that tested. Oh, and I'm pregnant again. Kevin and I decided to have a second because having one is so manageable, even with Ezra's special needs. People tell me that having 2 is more than twice the work, but I don't believe them. I already know what I'm doing. And yet, sure, it is a little stressful being pregnant and having a kid with special needs and 2 dogs, but that's where date night comes in. Kevin and I have that to look forward to every week. You know, I feel a little guilty about it. I have a friend, Fiona. She has 2 little kids. She and her husband never go on date night, and Fiona's bipolar. Anyway, this weekend, we are going to Point Isabel as a family. With Kevin and me both there, we'll be able to keep Ezra out of the poop. Kevin, can I stay in the car? I feel like crap. You always feel like crap, Lisa. Well, it's just windy today. The wind makes me cough. When I cough, I pee. You have had that cold for 2 weeks. My immune system's suppressed. And before that, it was leg cramps. Well, and before that, it was hemorrhoids. Being pregnant sucks. I should never have agreed to get 2 dogs. Why did I let you talk me into it? You're no help with them. You can't even bend down and put food in their bowls. You agreed to get them too. Your cough sounds just like my sister's did. I have a wife who sounds like she's dying, and a kid who can't talk. Ezra, why can't you talk? Talk! Talk! Stop it, Kevin. It's not Ezra's fault. And I'm not your sister. I'm not dying, and I'm not going to be pregnant forever. I don't believe you. You are going to be pregnant forever. Fine. Stay in the car. Come on, Percy. Come on, Sophie. Come on, Ezra. Mommy's useless. I'm sitting here in our rusty 93 Honda Civic, and the people walking by must be thinking, that poor pregnant woman. Look how her husband abuses the family. Why doesn't she leave him? My husband's not usually like this. There's something about me being pregnant and depending on him that makes him crazy. My mom never needed to worry that my dad would yell at me like that. Is more love better?
My love is like a powder keg in the corner of an empty warehouse, somewhere just outside of town, about to burn down.
Kevin and I go to see a couples therapist. Kevin, forgive me for asking. I know how sensitive you are to criticism because of all the criticism you experienced as a child, but have you had a chance to hose down the dog pee in the carport yet? I have, Lisa, and it's fine that you ask because I know that your language of love is service. So if I don't do something that I said I would do, it's like I'm pooping in your heart. Exactly! Where would you like to go for date night? I would be happy to make the reservation. I give birth to Murray, Ezra's younger brother, and I've got a new routine. Every morning I leave the kids at home with Kevin, take the dogs for a quick walk, and then go to exercise class. For 6 months, this works great. Then Murray's needs become more complicated than a potted plant. Kevin, I'm sorry, I'm late. The instructor brought fruit salad. I stayed longer to chat with the other women. I'm not really sorry, I loved every second of it. But I'm the one who yells at Kevin when he walks through the door at 5:35 instead of 5:30, so I feel guilty, and my husband is the obvious person to blame. Kevin, I see you haven't washed the sippy cups like I asked you. Lisa, I haven't found time to take a shower to get ready for work. How could I find time to wash sippy cups? You found time to read Gawker. That's for my sanity. Look, I was such a terrible waiter, I got fired, but now that we have 2 kids, it's like I got my old job back. Ezra's hungry, so I get the bread out of the refrigerator, but Murray pooped. I know how angry you get if you have to change him when you come home, so I go to change Murray, and now Ezra's wailing because he wants toast, and Percy's barking because he wants toast too, and Murray's shrieking because he hates having his diaper changed, and no matter what I do, I'm going to be letting somebody down, and you are off eating fruit salad? Kevin, I deal with poop all day long. If one of our kids poops while I'm off eating fruit salad, I do expect you to change him, even if it means you'll be letting the other one down. Deal with it. We haven't been back to the couples therapist since Murray. Lisa, you are just like your mom was. Checked out. Kevin, you are just like your mom was. Never able to say no. I have to say no all day long while you're at work. But I'm hardly at work, am I? I've been tracking it on a spreadsheet, and most mornings I'm not at my desk until after 10. That is late. Lisa, you can't walk the dogs and go to exercise class. You get home too late. Which is it gonna be? Exercise class. I feel guilty about breaking my promise to that woman who wears Cocker Spaniel sweaters. Exercise class is the only thing I can count on to go like I want it to go. You want to play train, Ezra? Okay. This is the sign for train in sign language. We didn't rescue that deaf dog, but I wound up needing to learn sign language anyway because it's Ezra's only way to communicate. When you adopt a dog, you have some control over what you take on. Not how it works when you give birth to a kid. Just give Mommy 1 minute to change Murray. Here we go, sweetie. Oh, honey, I know you hate this. We'll get it done as quick as possible. Whew, that is a big poop. You are going to be so happy to not get a diaper rash from that thing. We will take that out. Just a couple more. It's going to be okay. Diaper. That wasn't so bad, was it? Okay, well, at least it's over now. All we've got to do is... Hey, Dad, what's up? No, we're fine. Just fine. Murray Charlie's shrieking because I changed his diaper. Ezra's wailing because he wants to play train. Percy's barking because I must have left a piece of bread out on the kitchen counter and wheat drives him wild. What's up with you? I meant to call you. I forgot. Thank you for the overalls. Ezra can't wait to wear them the next time he's in your chicken coop. No, he's not going to have an MRI. The doctor says it won't change the therapy he's receiving. I don't want a second opinion. Not about the money. I know you're happy to give me money. It's because we don't want to put Ezra under unless there's a good reason to. Dad, you were a wonderful physician. That does not mean that you have a specialty in pediatric neurology. No, I do not want to talk to your ex-girlfriend, the speech therapist. Trust me, I'm talking to plenty of speech therapists already. Just this morning, in fact, one came to the house, asked me if I'd ever talked to Ezra when he was a baby, and when I was too flabbergasted to reply, she pointed at Murray and said, well, you'll be sure to talk to that one. I do sound stressed out. I am stressed out. No, we are not getting rid of the dogs. They're family. You don't get rid of family. I gotta go. Bye. Now my dad and Kevin are pressuring me to get rid of the dogs. Kevin hates having anybody depend on him. Me, the dogs. He tries with the kids, but that totally overwhelms him. Let's see what your brother's up to in the other room. Ezra, you have been so patient. Let me just get Murray cranked up in his swing. Okay, so let's build that train track. Honey, the double-decker track never works. The children on the box do look happy playing with their double-decker train track.